Hello, I'm Papa Biceps. You're watching the Thorin YouTube channel, and remember, don't fuck with Papito.
By the way, I'll make this really open-ended, so you can just say what you want. I don't know if there's any drama involved in this or not ever, but this was obviously around the time after this tournament was when these two really bizarre stories came out. So one was like, Berry the coach is not going to be in the team anymore, which is like, okay, because that's one of the few people that, you know, maybe outsiders knew. And then the other one was arrozdoce, who people thought was one of the better players. There was some story like he's benched now or he's on the transfer list or something. Was there any drama on this? What was going on in the team? What happened with these two moves? What can you say?
Well, let's see what I can say. I mean, being completely honest is that when we went from Cologne, we went home. We had the RMR qualifier. We qualified to the LAN 3-0. And after that, it was a crazy day. We were practicing. And I received the news that arrozdoce it's leaving at the end of the year. So, he wanted to leave at the end of the year, basically. So we just cancel every prac, and I don't know. At that moment, what I thought was this needs to be a joke because all the work that you put in, it went away. So that moment just destroyed me mentally because I don't know. I gave my life for that team, and after those results, you just think, okay, this is the moment that you're gonna be on the top. And I mean, it was a situation between him and the organization. And I mean, I felt like I can't control anything, so we didn't have a conversation. So it was a very strange situation for me. And if I need to say something very sad about my career, I will choose that moment for sure, because on that moment I felt that all the dreams that I have, they went away at that moment. And it was a strange situation, but I can't say much because it was a situation between him and the organization. And about Barry, it was more about the confidence, because all these conversations came with Barry, arrozdoce. So, I mean, it was all about confidence, and we reached an agreement that we couldn't be together, and the organization talked with him. But I mean, it was a very weird situation for everyone, and it was like we reached I don't know if it was our prime, but we reached the level that we never went, and in a couple of weeks we just split it. So if you look back, you see teams like Mongols, 3D Max. It's teams that they are constantly here fighting, and you could beat those teams. So nobody gonna knows the level.
We'll never know what would happen with this roster if they played some more lands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for us, it was very. I mean, in CS, it's the saddest day of my life for sure.
Because the weird thing is, though, even though he was considered one of your better players, this is when you got Agil into the team. And actually, if people don't know, it wasn't that long afterwards that you won the Challenger Katowice event, which had like some big name teams in it. Like there was Eternal Fire that you didn't play them. There was the Falcons team was Simple that you beat, or Bait. Like there's like some good teams again, and you guys won the land even without arrozdoce.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we were becoming so consistent, and that's what we did on Cologne. And we were so consistent that we were already in a level that we could beat. I think that in our heads we were like one of the best tier 2 teams, and we could beat those teams easily. So when Agil came to the team, he came to a team that we were already experienced in some tournaments. We went to BLAST, we qualified for the major, we had I am Cologne, so we were already doing a good job. But I mean, it was our first international win, I think, on land. So for us, it was an amazing tournament.
Are you someone, by the way, where in your teams do you try and do you think like fans do, like this is my star player, then this player's a role player and stuff? Are you someone who do you have a vision of your squads like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm gonna talk about that team, and I think that for sure Ewjerkz was our star player. I think that as an anchor, arrozdoce, it's really, really good. But and the story as an upper, he is very complete. He can destroy a lot. He can destroy a lot of teams. He helps the team in terms of support. So he's very complete. He's very, very, very good. So of course we have that role. But when you are a star player, when I look at from the international teams, you see that the star players they call a lot, they talk a lot at the middle of the games, and that's what we were building with Ewjerkz, because he was a quiet guy, but he was starting to do a lot of important positions, like Inferno Banana, Vertigo. He was attacking A, for example. So he was already our star player, and but yeah, I mean, in my vision, they were fitting perfectly for those roles.
Okay. As I said, at the Katowice event, you beat Falcons, and obviously at the RMI, you also beat them. Actually, you guys were close to getting out. It was Betboom that kicked you out in the end, and you couldn't get through the last two things. But when you play a team like Falcons, I know at the time they were memed on, etc. But were they actually a team that you were worried about? Were they dangerous? The one where they had Simple standing in? Was these good results to win?
I mean, we were not so worried. I mean, when we're gonna play against any team, we have always some concerns, and we try to study them a little bit and choose what we want to do. But we are never. I don't remember the last time that I went to the server, and I just say it's impossible. So Falcons. One thing that happens to our team, it's when you win against that team 1 or 2 times, you just go to that game very confident. And I think that that happened against Falcons. We didn't felt in a way, okay, it's going to be impossible. We were very happy with the veto against them. So yeah, we never felt that we gonna lose. We were always pretty confident, to be honest.
Right. And the reason I asked that question earlier, like, do you yourself view the players as like, this is the star, this is the person I'm building around, is because I think actually a lot of people, as soon as Ewjerkz left the team, were like, oh, who gives a fuck about Saw then? That's it. Like, that was the best player. That was your Fox, it were, you know. Was there any concern within Saw itself of like, we can't lose a player like this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was one of the most important persons inside of the team, because he's a very good guy. He's humble. He's a hard worker. So yeah, when that happened, that we lost him, I think that we lost a bit of our identity, because he was with us for 2 years or something, and I already knew everything that he liked to do. So yeah, for us it was really bad, to be honest, because he was our star player. He was doing the star player roles, and what happened is that when you put inexperienced people in your team, you need to tell them what to do. So when they don't know what to do, as IGL, I need to do that job, and I don't want to be here doing the crazy stuff. I want to support sometimes. I want to see the game from the back, and what is happening with our teams sometimes is that I need to take the duels, and I'm taking the duels against the big boys. So I'm an IGL, and I need to take all the risks. So yeah, I think that at that moment we lost a big piece from our team for sure.
What about when you guys went to the... Which one was it? I think it was Cluj-Napoca, right? That PGL one where you guys made the top 8, right? This is the one where, again, on paper, it's a bunch of upset results. And obviously, this is done all Ewjerkz at this point in time. This is a different roster already. But wasn't this the one where people just said, like, yeah, but that's like a dead team, like Saw's dead or something? Wasn't there that weird vibe of like, oh, they're just doing it because the team's dead or something? Can you tell me what the story was at this time?
Yeah, I mean, it's Ewjerkz leaves at the end of the year, and we bring in SHR, a Portuguese talented player. And we are practicing for 1 or 2 months, and I can tell you that it's one of the worst feelings that I had in my career. It's that we couldn't win a prac. We were not improving at all, and we got to a point that what can we do? It's that our team, we can't. It's that. I don't want to play like that. And we talked with the organization, and the only solution that we had was like, we need to go international if you guys want to change. And what happened is that when we did that decision, we went to PGL Cluj, and we needed to talk on the hotel that 2 of the players they're gonna leave. So I mean, it was the strangest tournament of my life because they knew that they needed to leave at the end of the tournament. So we were for real on that team. And I don't know how. We went from 0-2 to 3-2 and we went to playoffs. So it was like, it's a miracle what we did there. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I don't know how to explain because it seems so unfair in my head because I fought so many years and in a lot of teams that you are giving everything and you can't reach playoffs or good results. And we went there. We are dead completely, and we qualified to the playoffs. So I mean, it's for me, it's one of the best achievements of my life. It's doing that result for sure.
And then what's weird is you did have this period, it wasn't that long, admittedly, where you did go international and you had a Polish player and a UK player and you had Golden as the coach. And I think it was only like a few days after this event, you had to go straight to Pro League. And then with this brand new roster that no one's ever even seen, you guys were actually winning all the fucking games. Like you 3-0'd this first Swiss, you beat Heroic, FURIA, M80. Then you even won the first game against Navi. It was like still like a fucking good team at this time. What was going on with this new roster? Like, did you actually know these guys? Do you have any practice time with them?
I mean, we went from Cluj to home and we had like 2 days of pracs. And the first prac was Nuke and we got destroyed. And I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so tough. We practiced for 2 or 3 days. We went to the tournament and we just started to destroy everyone. And I was like, okay, this can be different. Like you said, we won against those teams. Winning against Navi, I think it was our first time. So for me, it was like, how is that even possible? We are winning against Navi. But after that, we just catched great teams. Like I think it was Spirit, G2, and Gamer Legion. I mean, they were for sure the favorites to win those games. I think we did a great tournament, and I mean, it was like we didn't have so many options. Cjot and Azu, they seemed pretty good, and when we started to play, it was really good. To be honest, I felt better with that team that the previous team with Roman and SHR. I don't know. It was just it was impossible. So yeah, I felt really good at that tournament. But after that tournament, I think that everything was a bit different.
What do you think the issue is? Is it like a culture thing? Is it just better to speak Portuguese? What's the issue, do you think?
I think it's a lot of things. I think that, for example, the changing the language, the culture. For example, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm a passionate IGL. Sometimes I'm like old school. I need to.
You're strict.
I need to. Yeah, and I need to solve the problems, and I need to.
Some people don't like that.
And yeah, for sure. I think that it's a bit. It's like when you go, you can be very direct, but people don't really like it.
Sure.
And maybe it was a problem, and it was something that later I realized that I need to change some things, because I can't be the same person for everyone. I need to choose the right words for some people, and for other guys I can be more myself. But for other guys, maybe I need to go on private. Maybe I need to say the things slowly, and yeah, it was a great experience, to be honest.
Right. One thing I have to ask you about is, like I said before, I think a lot of people very cynically were like, oh, wait a minute, the Ewjerkz guy's gone. Fucking forget about Saw then. That was the good player. And then what's bizarre is, though, you've found like another player who's almost the same type of player, bro. This aragornN guy, like, it's even the same sort of aggressive rifle. It reminds me of, if people want an analogy, when Sun Pius left Movistar Riders, everyone was like, oh, who gives a shit. And then they found MUTiRiS, was like, what?
Yeah,
like another one there. So how did you find this guy? It seems like he's fit, like he's similar kind of role in your team.
Yeah. But you are talking about
No, aragornN.
aragornN. Yeah. I mean, I think they are very different, but I think it's more about the structures that we have. What I want is that people is just playing and they don't need to think too much. So they just need to think about hitting their shots, and of course when you need to have the reads, they need to do it. But I think what is helping people is that they go to the games and they just know what they're gonna do. They just need to work a lot individually, and that's it. I think it's all about them. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. I think the evolution that he had the last months, it's what impresses me the most. What I feel is when people come to SAW, they feel a big difference in terms of pressure, the way we play, about everything. And I think that after 3-4 months, they are already showing that they have the potential to be here. And yeah, I'm extremely happy, and I'm just here giving the best calls possible, saying everything that I think they need to change or to think. And it's all about them. They are just improving really, really well.
One of the first big results you had with this team was that first FISSURE Playground, where you guys beat the FURIA. We're talking about the real one with Molodoi and the one that was in the major playoff. You guys beat these guys twice. It's pretty big.
Yeah, for sure. I think that I'm gonna be. Let's put it this way. I think it's the first tournament. People came from vacations, and I think that. We knew that we put everything, all the work on that tournament, and I think that they just came with a week of practice, and that was it. I think they were not hitting their shots so good, and we went there like in a honeymoon team. We were pretty happy. We were shooting very hard, but yeah, for us it was amazing because look at them now. They are just destroying. They are a consistent top 5 for sure team. I'm saying for top 5, but maybe they are even higher.
Sure.
So yeah, for us, I think it's maybe the best victory that we had. I think with this roster for sure.
In your career, by the way, you have a pretty good record head-to-head with Fallen in all his teams. Like, you just have a good... you have success calling against him as a reason why?
I don't have the reason, to be honest. I think that it's just the moment, the feeling, and I don't really know. I think that maybe the play style it kind of fitted against our team, but I don't really know. It just happened.
If people go and look at this FISSURE Playground where you guys played the eventual winners, Tyloo, in the semi-finals, this is a really close game. Like, you guys could have won this tournament, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think that I did a bad game on that semis, especially Nuke. I think that Nuke I needed to do better. But I think that that tournament it's very special because everyone came from vacations, and I think the gap between teams was very close. But for sure that it was a great tournament, and especially for us because of the points and the VRS, it was really important because we had these opportunities because of that. So yeah, I mean, we were close. We were very close, to be honest.
I've got a question that I can't tell if it's just actually a good analytical point I'm making or if it's just a rude question, so I'll ask it, which is, I don't understand, since I've just watched this PGL Bucharest, which we'll talk about in a minute, where you had another awesome run and you upset all these big dogs. But then before that, you had the fucking Fragadelpia tournament where you just got knocked out earlier than all. Like, for some reason, it seems like your team, it's a bit like what we were saying about online play before. It's like when your team is really good against the good teams, sometimes it's like the teams below that you're losing to and you're just getting beaten by. Is there a reason why? I mean, I do know when you play sometimes less experienced teams, they're maybe not like, you don't have as much time to study them or they're playing a bit more loot. What's the story on this? Like, how do you go from a bad Fragadelphia to a really good Bucharest?
Yep, I mean, I think that of course Fragadelphia doesn't have it's not the type of tournament that you have the program, you can prepare everything.
Oh, right.
So that's really bad for us, I think. When you can't prepare yourself, you can't prepare against the other team.
Oh, does that mean when you arrive, there's like a few days you just don't play CS, basically?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So that's a bad thing for us. But I think that that Fragadelphia, it was not only about that. It was we were the favorites to go to the major, so all the pressure was on us. And I think that we don't have the experience inside of the team to deal with that pressure right now. Of course, we have that PGL Bucharest now that. It's amazing, but on that moment, Fragadelphia, I felt that people were very scared playing. We were not hitting our shots, and when you're gonna play against teams like Cloud9, that the gap between our team and that team it's very close, and when you are not in your best form, it can happen. So it was all about we did a pretty bad job. And yeah, we had this tournament to show to everyone that we can be much better.
When you came,
but it was all about pressure. Yeah, it was all about a lot of pressure, I think, inside of the team.
When you came to this PGL Bucharest tournament, right, you lost the opening match against 3D Max, but actually I find them to be a really unusual team because I always tell people when I do a lot of betting, there are certain matchups I actually will bet on them quite a lot, even against better teams, but I feel like they are a team where it's like, one, it seems like they're living and dying off a lot of their own tactical stuff. They look like a team that's doing loads of fucking work on utility and smokes. And they also have a couple of maps. There's a couple of maps that everyone knows. If you get them on the right ones, they can beat someone. But if you don't have that veto, are they a hard team for you to play against? I know it's just been back and forth when you're playing them.
Yeah, I think it's a team that against them it was like there is a time that we never win against them, and there is a time that we always win against them. But I think that right now it was all about they have they are coming from so many tournaments that for them it's just another one, so they have that advantage. But maybe what I think they are missing a little bit, it's maybe their maple, because I don't. We picked ancient, and they were kind of forced to pick Nuke against us. So picking Nuke against us, if we were playing really good Nukes, it's a dangerous win, right?
Yeah.
So I think that they are just missing a little bit of maple, but they are on that game. I felt that they were pretty sharp. They were hitting their shots, and when we went to the server, we were just disconnected. So it was I think it was. I liked to lose that game because it kind of waked up our team, because our team, it was, I don't know, we were sleeping, to be honest. So, I mean, they deserved to win. We didn't have any chance. And I just came to the players and we had a real talk. And it was like, we need to change this, and this if we want to become competitive. And let's forget about this game, because I don't like to talk about games that we didn't fight. So I just want to move away and let's go to the next ones.
To get out of this Swiss, though, you won the next 3 matches, and these are all matches where everyone's thinking the other team's going to win. So you have the NIP one, where there may be a team otherwise people think a dangerous game. Legion is usually always a pretty decent team, and then Aurora, on paper, you're just supposed to lose that, mate. Like, they're supposed to be one of the best teams in the world. So what happened in these matches? Because I notice if anyone watches these actual games, they are so close. Like, you could lose all these games, even though you won them all. So it's not like these were like blowing them away. So what happened in these matches?
I mean, I think that the NIP match, we had the first map was really good from us. It was Ancient. Nuke, again, we failed, and they are good there, but we wanted to win. And I think that the third map, we were playing so good, and we choked a little bit. And I think that when they lost on the 12-11, they lost 2 versus 1 against me, and it was an impossible round. And I think that they break mentally there. So it was a different game, and what I can say is that in a normal day, they would win that game.
Right.
So we got lucky there. And what I felt in our team is that after that game, we won a little bit of confidence. We go to Gamer Legion. It's again close games, like you said. But they couldn't finish the job. So it's like we are overtime on Inferno. They do a 3-0, and we bounce back with a 3-0. So they were maybe shocking a little bit. And I think that maybe that game we shouldn't won again. But I think that the game that we should, for me, it's a 3-0, it's against Aurora. I think we deserved to win that Nuke, and we won 2-1. But losing that Nuke, I was feeling, in terms of call, I was feeling, okay, this is going to be a masterclass on this side. And somehow we were losing the rounds. But at that moment, I already felt our team very different. So on the NIP game, we were not so good. Gamer Legion, we were okay, but on Aurora, we were already in a very good level. So I mean, I think it was all about resilience and winning the rounds that we need to win. But yeah.
By the way, as you say, the 1v2 you won on train in that game, it seems like there's a term we have in English where we call it like a captain's clutch, where it's like sometimes there's like one big round that if you win it, like changes the momentum or it feels like every big round you ever win's always like that. It's not just some throwaway round, it's like some really key one to turn the game to your side, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's... I don't know. It's just something that happens at that moment. To be honest, I was a bit on that clutch. I was not. I didn't knew where.
It's a bit mad how they peak you, isn't it?
Yeah, I just knew that Ewjerkz ran away, and Wrinkle I didn't knew about him. So it was more about. I think that Ewjerkz didn't want to fuck up the round, and he wanted to play with him, but it was impossible. And Wrinkle, I think it was about missing a shot. So I mean, I was pretty lucky, to be honest. It was not a. It's not that type of clutch that you outplay the
Sure.
the opponent. It's the type of clutch that okay, they fucked up.
By the way, when you actually beat, like, on paper, Ewjerkz left that team to go to NIP to be a bigger star and to be in the playoffs of tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know what your relationship is, but are you not the sort of person where it's sort of like, yeah, that's revenge, we beat you, we got you on that one? No, you don't care about that?
With Ewjerkz, I can't have that feeling.
Okay.
Because, I mean, we have a really good relationship, and I really like that guy. So, I mean... I kind of feel sad to win against him, to be honest. It's like, of course, if I need to choose someone to lose, it should be him between us. But I don't have that type of feeling with him, because when I think about, for example, my previous teammates, it's like we had so many good moments together that I don't have that that thing inside of me. So yeah, for me, it was not like that.
It seems like in general you're quite a wholesome person, quite an optimistic person. I mean, some people would say they're surprised you're doing this interview with me. I flamed you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not like that. I mean, I'm very competitive, and I like to control what I can control inside of the team. But I like to look at in a positive way, because there is maybe in my life sometimes you focus on the wrong things, and if you focus on the negative things, you're never gonna be satisfied or happy. So right now, I think it's about the age. I'm gonna make 33. I don't have time to think about those things.
When you guys came, even though you had these upsets in the group stage, when you guys in the playoffs drew Team Liquid, I'm pretty sure everyone thought Team Liquid was good. I think a lot of people, by the way, thought Team Liquid might win this event. Like, a lot of people expect them. You look at their players on paper, they have amazing names. You know, it's people who've been HL TV top 20. You guys did it. Here's the difference. When you beat the other teams in the Swiss, those were really close games, like I say. This one, after the first map, you guys destroyed them. It was like one of the hardest won matches probably ever in the history of LAN Counter-Strike. Those other two games, I doubt those players have ever been beaten like that, man. That was kind of a crazy... Can you tell me what happened in this match?
Yeah, I mean, before the game starts, we already know that it's the type of team that they are very good individually, but they kind of need some time to play together. So, being totally honest, I was pretty happy with the opponent, because we were banning MUTiRiS. It was their best map, so they are banning a good map from us. So we were happy, and after that first map, it was the easiest talk that I had in a lot of years. It was like, guys, we feel destroyed, I understand, but we couldn't do anything. So let's focus on the next maps. It's not like the games that you lose because someone did shit in a round.
Right.
It's the type of games that you got destroyed, you need to move on. So yeah, it was... I think that no one expected that, but we were pretty confident for that game. But of course, it was like... those three results, it's insane. It's like 13-4, and after that we did like 31, 32. So it's not normal in CS, but yeah, I mean, we were pretty good.
Even though on one hand, I agree with you. If you go look at some of those other games, sometimes the other team could say, hey, we should have beaten Saw in this one. But I think you can say the same thing in the semi-final, mate. Like in that match against Legacy, that was almost 2-0. They never would have been a third map. That could have been a win, right?
Yeah, I mean, It was, I mean, the first map. I think that at the end of Nuke, they started to play like a big team, and it was like Inferno. They were just I don't know if it was their plan, but they were running a lot, and they didn't stop at all, and we were winning very easy. On Nuke, we had the moment to close the game. We didn't close the game, and after that, they started to play like a tier 1 team. So, I mean, it's the type of game that you need to close the series on the right moments, and we didn't do it. Maybe it was experience, maybe it was the preparation on Nuke. I felt that it was not the best because we went there and we lost 5 nukes in a row. So, yeah, I mean, it's gonna stay with us, but I don't like to focus so much. For example, we were so close, but like I said before, maybe we won games that we were
fair.
not used to win. So I can't be like that. If sometimes we're gonna lose some games that we should win, and that's
Sure.
my mindset.
Thing is, though, the problem is, in the final, it ended up being Aurora, and Aurora won, although, by the way, they made it hard work for themselves. They almost lost that one.
Yeah.
The problem is you already beat Aurora in this tournament, so again, it feels like we were this close to maybe win this tournament. This is possible, right? It's not, at the beginning of the tournament, maybe it would seem crazy to think your team could win it, but at the end, it's like it could have happened, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think that when we went to the tournament, our expectations, they were almost zero. Because it's that time that prags are not going so well. You feel that it's not clicking. But when we went there, we got stumped by 3D Max, and after that we bounced back as a team. I think that the conversations that we had there, they were really important for the team, and because one thing that I feel is that the young guys, you need to take the words out from them. So I'm from I mean, the old guys, they just say whatever they want, and they were always speaking what they were feeling. But the young guys, no, they are just quiet, and you don't know how they are feeling. So this tournament was really important on that. But yeah, I mean, the feeling that we have, of course, we beat Aurora. Of course, we could win the tournament. But for us, it was already a very good tournament from the team.
Being as these results, like notice earlier in your career, it was like you had one upset or you won one map against someone. These are like you're having tournaments where you win 2 or 3 big games in a row against opponents that are better. This sounds like a crazy question for even me to ask, but isn't it almost time for SOAR to actually win one of these lands, like win a FISSURE Playground or win a PGL? So it's possible now. It isn't just a crazy dream anymore, right?
Yeah, I think that we are getting closer, but I really think that people needs more experience, and I mean, I said this in an interview, and I'm gonna say it again: is that everyone on the team, they need to really focus 100% on this. They need to want more. They need to after practice. They need to rewatch. So they need to work more every day. And I know if that happens, our chances are higher. But yeah, the feeling is that FISSURE was close, PGL Bucharest was close, or we could win. But yeah, we need that extra. Let's see if we can do it in the future. But I don't really know. But yeah, we can win.
From the outside, if people see there's no Ewjerkz anymore, he's off in an IP, some of these players aren't as that famous. Like some of the players that joined now who were good weren't famous before they joined SOAR. This is a big team for them. Does that mean when they look at all these close games that SOAR's winning, people are going to give you the credit now? There's no Berry that people knew from the Danish scene. There's no Ewjerkz. Everyone's going to say MUTiRiS must be a really good caller. He must be a mastermind caller. Are you that sort of a person, do you think? Do you believe it?
I mean, I like to believe that. I think I can make the difference, but of course I need a team behind me that they need to work a lot. So I think I found a balance in my life and the way I'm calling that maybe it's good for most of the players. But I mean, most of the players that I'm playing, it's inexperienced players. I don't know how I would be with great players. So that's my. Sometimes
Right.
it's my question because, but I think I'm always adapting to the players, and if it's working, that's what I want. So I think we have something special here. And of course, I want to believe that maybe I have something that it's different. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have words to describe, so I'm just happy with everything, and I just want to be better every day.
One thing I find quite interesting when people are talking about Counter-Strike for professionals is I feel like people take the in-game leader and they just add them to the normal group of players. And when they think of star players, obviously you can see when a star player gets 27, 28, 29, their aim does get a bit worse and they're not as crazy doing like aces everywhere and fragging everyone. But I feel like people have made a mistake when they include in-game leader in that group. Because to me, when you look at in-game leaders, I mean, it's not just you, it's Carrigan, Fallen, Snappy. Some of these guys are all over 30. In fact, they've all got families, kids and stuff, right? I feel like in-game leader maybe role should be considered separately because this is the question I have. It feels like in that role, because you only gain more knowledge and more experience and you've worked more, I feel like actually sometimes in-game leaders maybe are better in their 30s. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, of course we can't be on the same group because all the responsibilities that an IGL have, that's why I don't really like to see some opinions because we never know the job that that guy is doing inside of the team.
Yes.
So what you can talk, it's of course you are watching the game, you see a team is attacking for a stack all the time, or I mean, for example, I like to talk a lot about numbers. For me, a good call it's, for example, if I'm attacking Inferno, if I put 5 Ts on banana attacking against 2 guys, it's because we did something good that we are with that advantage. So I never know. It's really hard for me to know the impact that those guys have. But for sure, there is a lot of guys that are just different. I would like to sometimes, and when we are struggling a lot, there was a time that I was talking with some IGLs to give me like some tips or how they approach some things. And I remember one time that my coach Aim, he talked with Saw. And,
the guy from the G2 coach.
The G2,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
And we were asking, for example, the day, how they do the preps and something like that. And they were just answering with everything. And for us, it was amazing because we don't, those guys, maybe they have the answer. And we were asking, and for us, it was amazing. So, I mean, I don't really know what I can say. It's just IGLs are just different. You get to a point, especially when you are struggling a little bit, you can see that the IGLs they're gonna suffer so much because when the team are not confident, you need to call everything. That happened to me a lot of times here. People it's without experience. They are just following everything that I say. And I just get to a point that I just say, guys, play CS, please. Just help me somehow because like this, it's impossible to win. So, I mean, GL are very important, but they need a very good team with them.
Since you've had so many players play under you as the in-game leader for all these years, do you also think you have a talent for like figuring out how to use someone, what role they should play, how to set them up?
Not so much. I think that, for example, for me, inside of the game, it's easier for me to talk, but sometimes you just feel that what I do is I adapt to the players. So some players, they need to, for example, they are very good. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Ewjerkz. He was really, really good individually, but he was not the type of guy that you would watch a POV, for example,
Right.
or finding solutions for him. So my job, it was like, okay, Ewjerkz, you have this and this if you want to do, and he was starting to doing it and gaining some confidence with that. So I just like to adapt to everything and to the players, and yeah, that's it. I don't have like a special thing. I just like to play CS. I give my opinion. I want to do this way. I want to do that way, and that's it. For me, it's very simple.
Right, at the end, I have a little game I want to play where I'll ask like a quick fire question. Like it's a simple question. Just give me a name and then a reason why. So in your whole career, it's for your whole career, who do you think you would say, who was the most skilled teammate you ever had?
Fox. The 1.6 Fox, for me, it's the guy that was just different.
What about who was the smartest teammate you ever had?
Smartest. Oh my god. Smartest. I'm gonna say an IGL. Maybe. I'm gonna say Koshi because of at that time I felt that he was really smart and the basic stuff he was really good. So I'm gonna say smart because of that. Because at that time I felt that he was just different.
What about who was the most clutch teammate you ever had?
Clutch, I think it was arrozdoce. I think that, for example, we were always joking about that, is that if I have a clutch with someone, I don't want arrozdoce with me because he would not adapt or talk anything. It was just doing his thing. If it's arrozdoce against 1, 2, or 3, it's him. So
Okay.
So it's if it's for someone to be alone, it's him. Yeah, but in a clutch situation with more people, I will choose another guy.
What about who was the funniest teammate you've had?
Funniest, Roman. I think that. I mean, we have the same age.
Right.
We have been together for so long. So for me, it was like I'm playing with my best friend, basically. Yeah.
By the way, is that part tricky that you came along so much of the journey with him, but now he's not with you in the server? I mean, it's a bit like Carragher and Rain, people want those two to play together forever,
Yeah, I mean, it's very strange because, and we felt that, is that everything that you add in your team, for example, you are lacking some options or someone needs to find a solution. He was that guy with me. And when we made that decision, after some time, you're gonna feel that, okay, we are missing this from this guy. And I think that's one of the things that maybe we missed, is that someone with more experience to give you solutions, to talk. And he was that type of guy.
What about who is the best teammate, as in not just like the best player, but like who was the best as like a teammate, team player of those elements? Who would be the best for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Story. He's playing with me now for I think for 3 years, and I mean the kid, it's amazing in a lot of things. He is the type of teammate that is calling people to TeamSpeak to watch something. So it's a guy that I mean, very good friend, very good teammate. I mean, for me, it's at that stage of my life, it's amazing to have a guy like him with me.
At the end of this interview, do you have any like final message for people? Do you want to thank anyone or say hello to anyone?
I mean, I want to thank you for this interview. I know that people, when they look at you, it's like a hate situation, especially with Portugal, with all the hate. But I think it's really important to come here to talk and to talk about the history of me and Portugal. And for me, it was a pleasure, to be honest. My English is a bit rusty sometimes, but I really had fun to talk about all this stuff. And I think that you did an amazing job in terms of watching at everything that I went, and it was amazing to talk with you.
Muito obrigado.
Obrigado, and thank you so much.
Now, you know you never catch me dolo online because I'm rolling deep and we dem boys. Who am I talking about? The Illuminati. So this video and the content on my channel is kindly supported by Matt Pugnaccio Racula, Thooorin, Jensen Gore, Nikki, Jason, you know who my second in command is, Jerky's Minion. Do you want to suggest a topic or a guest for some of my content? Would you like to ask me a question in an AMA? Do you want to take part in one of those lengthy discussions where you get to set the topic? Maybe you want to see who upcoming guests are in my interviews and on my talk shows. Well, all of these perks and more are available to you if you put your money where your mouth is and join the Illuminati today. How? Via the Patreon link in the description box below. You dig?